In my circle, we talk about what would have happened to Donald Trump run against Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or George Bush. Is it possible, in terms of understanding the dynamics of campaigns, to say, or is it too hypothetical and impossible to say whether those three guys could have beaten Donald Trump?
Let me just say for the record, I hate Donald Trump. I think he's an abomination, but put that aside. He's a spectacular political specimen.
Yeah.
And in his election in 2016, I mean, an underreported thing was one of the biggest problems Clinton had in 16 was that our country doesn't want one party to have the White House 3 terms in a row. It only happened once since World War II, and that's when Bush won essentially for a Reagan 3rd term. But in 2016, I don't think anyone ever got elected president owing fewer people than Donald Trump. He didn't know bundlers. He didn't have a campaign apparatus. He did the entire thing on his own. And that's a spectacular achievement. But I think at the heart of your question, to be elected president of the United States, you have to be the right person at the right place at the right time. And if you take our country's history of over 200 years, I think the only time Jimmy Carter, for instance, could have ever been elected president was when he ran in 1976. And so I think timing is everything. And so in answering your question, I think it would depend on when the year was and where the mood of the country was. And one last thing I'll say, I think Trump is a symptom of what's going on in America, not a cause. And a lot of what led to his victory in 2016 were things that had been forming in our country long before he ever thought about running. And so he tapped into that and in a sense accelerated these trends that they first surfaced in campaign, you covered in 1992, where I think that was the first time. Remember, politics is a lagging indicator, not an leading indicator of the state of America. But the grassroots working class revolt that Trump led, first time it showed up in American politics was in the 92 campaign, Buchanan's primary against Bush, the incumbent, and then Ross Perot getting almost 20 million votes. So I think Trump's timing was spot on in 2016. But in terms of the hypotheticals, I think you have to start with where the country is, the mood is, and what the country's looking for. And I might add, by the way, if you took one word to describe Trump's campaign in 2016, I would say it was strength.